I want to voice a new call to action for the political right. Reject Taylor Swift and embrace Lana Del Rey.
Yes.
Everyone has heard the meme.
Well, no.
Reject modernity, embrace tradition. Phil is a Swiftie and a Lana fan.
Yeah, embrace
so
them both.
you say both and.
Yeah,
there's no conflict between those.
Yeah, listen, you don't have to pick one. You can love them both. You don't have to decide you like chocolate better than peanut butter, and you don't have to like peanut better than chocolate. You can have your chocolate and peanut butter together.
Or as I called her last week in a thumbnail, Lana Del Day.
That's not
the worst.
You got called out.
The worst part being somebody corrected me in the chat while making fun of what we were saying, and then it took me an additional 3 minutes to like see the spelling error that I had. Where I was like, I screenshotted it. I'm sending it to Mary. I'm like, look at this idiot. I didn't spell it right. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. I spelled it Lana Del Day.
Smacked you right in the face.
Got
We're
me.
just gonna start making all of them like that.
$20 super chat here from 420 Funny.
He said, Phil was going through some boxes and found some old CDs I'd listened to on repeat in Iraq, 2005. Behind Silence and Solitude and This Darkened Heart. Thanks for making good music
Cheers,
that has
man.
stuck with me for so long.
Thank you so much. Did you know next month, March, is 20 years since the release of This Darkened Heart? And it's also 20 years since my first appearance on MTV.
There you go.
Whoa.
Also, I wonder what 420
20
Funny
years
feels
is a
about
long
drugs.
time.
It's not really that long.
Well, once you've lived through it, it doesn't feel like it was
Once you
that
get
long.
to my age, it's
Yeah.
not that long.
So this tweet, reject Taylor Swift's bland as hell pop liberal Miss Americana and embrace Lana Del Rey's vision of a dark, gritty, rusted-toothed, and moss-skinned American empire.
I'm with you on the second half.
You have to admit Lana has way more depth than Taylor Swift. Just
Well, I mean, it's
lyrically speaking.
So first of all, I disagree about the lyrics. I think Taylor Swift is absolutely stellar at being a lyricist because of what she's trying to do.
Thank you.
Crisis Party disagrees with you.
Because the style that she's going for, what she's trying to do, people can have opinions on what they prefer as opposed to it, and that's great. And I'm not saying that there's someone or not saying that someone's opinion or preference is wrong or whatever. But to say that Lana Del Rey is better than Taylor Swift, I disagree strongly. I think that Lana Del Rey is very different. But I'm not the guy that's going to be dogging on either of them. I think they're both great.
But we also can't deny that Taylor Swift drew a lot of influence from Lana Del Rey in her more recent albums that get a lot of praise. And I think she doesn't get enough credit for that. This op-ed pointed out that Lana Del Rey and Taylor Swift are both obviously politically liberal. Lana even said that she was participating in a hex on Donald Trump back in like 2018 or something. But it seems like Lana, maybe, you could say it's subjective if she has better songs, right? But I think objectively, Lana is more generous in spirit. She seems like she's more friendly to middle America. She doesn't have disdain for people who disagree with her politically. And in one of her comments about the J6 events, this was really interesting. Lana said, I think for the people who stormed the Capitol, it's disassociated rage. They want to wild out somewhere, and it's like we don't know how to find a way to be wild in our world. If I go to the Brentwood County Mart and barefoot or whatever, I'm not insane. I'm connected to the earth. I think people are having to reevaluate what's strange and not strange. Like watching the people storm the Capitol, everyone gets to go look at that and figure out what capitals they've been storming this year in their own freaking lives.
I love the intellectualization of that. That is like,
but it's true.
Whenever a reporter asks that question, is like, you did not need to do that. You did not need to hit
They
that
got
so
out of their
hard.
depth
Yeah.
when she answered that way. And I think that it's a
She
really good
ate
point
that.
a lot of people didn't recognize how much of the so-called insurrection was sort of an outlet for catharsis for people who are rightly frustrated with the direction of politics. But that's a whole different discussion. She just seems a lot more even-keeled and less snarky than Taylor Swift is. Like they pointed out in You Need to Calm Down, in Taylor Swift's, pro-gay song. She just is saying, the people who disagree with me, they don't have any valid reasons to disagree with LGBT movements. They have no inner lives. They don't have thoughts. They think this way because they're hateful. No further analysis is required. And for someone like Lana, I think she actually appreciates that, you know, people in Middle America or in the South are not subhuman, and they actually are the draws for a lot of her inspiration in her music.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that sentiment that comes from the fans of Taylor Swift. Again, that's not Taylor Swift's fault. You can't choose your fans. No. That will never be their fault. But what I'm saying is that like they've just never traveled to these places. They've never actually interacted with somebody from Middle America. You know, somebody who didn't live in a large urban center. Right? So unless you've actually experienced people from another culture, and they really are very vastly different cultures, it's very easy to stigmatize and demonize that.
But at least, like, Taylor Swift sells herself as this former small town, humble, grounded person coming from country music roots and Tennessee.
This is Lana's picture that everyone's upset about, by the way.
The internet freaks out over an image of Lana Del Rey holding a gun in a mirror selfie.
Not the greatest trigger discipline I've ever seen, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think that it's the greatest trigger discipline. I would still like. She could be my girlfriend.
There was also a video of her that went viral of her at a shooting range.
Yeah, she was at Tactical.
Let's take a look at that.
This is great.
Which is not even, she's not shooting.
No,
she's got a gun, but still.
Stand by.
He's so good.
I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw this, I didn't even realize it was her.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And someone quote tweeted and said, "This isn't just any shooting range.
Yeah.
It's Terran Tactical in SoCal, where all the closet conservative celebrities go to shoot guns under the guise of preparing for a movie or music video. But really, they just don't want to get canceled. Open secret in LA. Keanu buys his custom John Wick ARs from here, for example. Don't let Swiftian normality distract you from the real prize. Esoteric Lana-ism."
Yeah, look, if everyone is, well, not everyone, but there's a lot of people that are familiar with the video of Keanu just shredding at Terran Tactical, and it's awesome. You should go look at, just Google Keanu Terran Tactical.
I had
it's
no
totally
idea
worth watching. It's fun.
that the combat master that he uses is based off an M&P. Yeah, it's really funny. I went back down the rabbit hole after that.
I mean, an AR, because the AR rifle is it's open source now. Like not open source. You don't need to. Anyone can make one. The pattern is out in public, and anyone can make one. And so, because of that, they're basically all the same, which is really, really good for the private market, because you can buy parts from anybody and they work. But that means that there's a ton of people that have been making the same rifle for a lot of years, and a lot of companies make really good rifles that you can rely on. If you get an AR-15 and you spend upwards of $700-800 for it, it's probably a quality rifle.
My hope is this summer to actually get out and shoot way more.
There is a long range rifle range in Martinsburg that I'm going to become a member.
Let's go.
I was talking to Tyler about going I talked to him last night. We're going to go probably next weekend. So.
I was looking into just getting like ownership out here in Maryland. It's
you can keep it in my apartment in Martinsburg.
Like it was kind of crazy the amount of steps that had to be gone through to do that, and I didn't transport anything that I had from Minnesota, and also all the gun shops around here have notoriously lazy hours. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
well,
awesome.
I mean, why bother being open when you can't sell guns?
Exactly. Most of them are like the most of them were like appointment only.
Yeah.
Phil, have you been to Terran Tactical?
I've not been to Terran's, no. I haven't been to this place.
Okay, because I don't know if this person like actually knows that this is an open secret in LA. Like, closet conservative celebrities are going here to shoot guns for fun.
Well, no, if they really wanted to shoot them for fun and not get in trouble, they just wouldn't post videos at all. So what it is it allows them to do it and post the videos without getting in trouble.
A wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Because there's, another thing is, if you're in California, like, there's a lot of desert out there. So people that don't, like, if they want to go shoot, they just go out in the desert somewhere, and you can go shoot. You know. That's fine, if I understand correctly.
Demo for $20 says people showing off AR platforms that shot is increasingly comical.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that when you are producing, if you go to SHOT Show, which is the industry trade show, and you bring an AR, and you're like, oh, look, check out our new AR. It's like, okay, there are literally, every company here is making an AR. Why should I care about yours? You know, and the people that have like really quality, long histories, like, everyone knows who they are, so you have to come up with a real good reason for people to be like, I'm going to pay attention to you. Otherwise, it's just another AR.
Okay. They also pointed out that Lana used to date a cop. And this was even in 2020, which is really daring of
Right?
her. She used to be with Sean Larkin, who was also on Live PD. And she said they hung out with law enforcement friends and their spouses in Tulsa. For a liberal millionaire pop star to enjoy such unglamorous company of grizzled cops in the country's second reddest state suggests a certain generosity of spirit. And she also last year covered Take Me Home Country Roads.
Even the conversation around her just seems to have more of an aesthetic and
Right.
meaning. I don't know.
And I'm telling you, she's the tortured poet, and Taylor
Yes.
is skinwalking as a tortured poet, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
I think that Lana would probably have more Republicans in her fan base if you looked into it. I also saw this article, The Right-Wing Straussianism of Lana Del Rey.
The right-wing Straussianism of Lana
This
Del Rey.
level of political philosophy around a pop star is a commentary on our society
Well, yeah,
on
no,
its own.
it's a commentary on the fact that you're going to send your kids to college for 4 years and spend a mortgage's worth of money to have them write something like this and expect themselves to be able to pay back those loans.
Evil Me sent $20. Drove through your old stomping ground last night in the mini blizzard, Brett. I swear every single time, Woodbury folks are idiots when they get on I-94. Change my mind. Phil would have been proud. Left lane crime.
Yeah, so, so 94 will take you, west will take you into St. Paul and then into Minneapolis. If you go east, you end up, unfortunately, in Wisconsin. End up in Hudson, Wisconsin. Yeah, and Minnesota is, like many states, very famous for its horrible mergers. Nobody knows how to merge in the state of Minnesota. God forbid, get up to speed by the time you get to the end of the ramp.
I have a thought about the way most people drive. Most people think that there are like 4 rules to driving, right? Like they know that you have to accelerate, go forward. Like you can't drive backwards. You have to go forward. They know that the signal is to tell people where to go, and they know what a stop sign means. Yeah. A lot yield, they don't know what that means. They don't know how a rotary works.
Gives them a yellow blinking versus a red blinking.
No idea. Completely lost. No clue at all. Like they don't understand what different colored arrows mean in lights.
I bet you a lot of people don't understand the difference between between yellow broken lines and white broken lines.
Yeah. The only thing they know,
Wait,
they understand the stop sign, they understand the green light, and they understand the accelerator, and they understand the brake. That's it. Everything else is just it's completely no idea what they're doing.
That flew over my head about the white versus yellow lines.
Case in point.
Okay, so
Oops.
white, you're going to be, it's white going the same way, yellow going opposite ways.
I'm a Capri Sun. I don't know. But the best point here is that Lana Del Rey isn't a girl boss. She doesn't play into being a feminist girl boss, even though she probably would call herself not a feminist, as she notoriously said. She's not writing songs about her feminist grievances.
She is writing
the way that
songs,
Taylor Swift does.
Yeah, she's writing songs about dudes.
And how slavishly devoted she is to that.
Yeah, and how much she likes it.
As
dude.
undignified as that may be.
It may be undignified, but it's sexy as hell, and there's a total vibe.
And it's honest.
Yeah, it is
the
honest.
thing.
Yeah.
When I hear songs that are too girl bossy, I just feel like you're not only lying to me, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.